As you all know, Bloxburg was recently purchased by Coffee Stain Gothenburg for $100 million. With the purchase of Bloxburg came a ton of new developers, and in this video I'm going to be showcasing all of their new activities, some of their new social media accounts, what they've been saying and doing in game, and more. In my last video we showcased the test group 12345 created by Crazy Honey Pumpkin, which housed all of the Coffee Stain Gothenburg developers, which were then added into the Bloxburg development group. Some of these people created their social media profiles on Twitter, which I'll show you in just a moment. Obviously, to start, we have Coeptus, which is the main developer of Bloxburg. Then we have Froggy Hops, which is the co-developer to Bloxburg. And then we have 3 new social media accounts for the Coffee Stain Gothenburg developers. Firstly, we'll start with Talarander. He has 340 followers already. He's noted as the programmer at Welcome to Bloxburg. I don't think he's made any tweets yet. Yeah, it says 0 tweets up here. Next up, we have Jorkin. He's made 2 tweets, and he doesn't have a description, but you can find his link to his profile in the description down below. He's almost to 200 followers, so that's pretty cool. And then we'll check his tweets and replies. He said, "Thank you for welcoming to Twitter." What else has he said? "I love to keep an eye out on what our community is up to. Yes, we are watching." And then lastly, we have Utteraflan CSG. I think CSG stands for Coffee Stain Gothenburg. You'll see CS and CSG often with these new developers. They like to use that term again. And then he has his little pronouns, and then he says animator at Welcome to Bloxburg, and then he says, "This is my only social media account, anything else is fake." He's already made some tweets interacting with the community, which are actually doing pretty well. 27 likes, and he already has 100 followers. He's retweeted Froggy Hops, and then he says, "Because a fake account pretending to be me appeared, I decided to make my own. So if I ever make any fire tweets, you can thank that person." And then everyone's just welcoming all of the new developers to Twitter in their reply. Ever since news broke that Bloxburg was being purchased by Coffee Stain Gothenburg, people have been wishing for more community interaction, and I definitely think that we're going to get that with these new Bloxburg developers. Over the course of today's video, I'm going to be using a lot of information from Bloxburg Chronicles, the Twitter account, and Laxerius, the Twitter account. You can find both of the links to their profiles in the description down below. In the Bloxburg Chronicles first tweet about these new developers, they said, "Today, new developer Talarander has been spotted playing Bloxburg. Just like Utteraflan, he was given the developer name tag." And then you can see his little picture here. It says Talarander and then developer. So all of the new Bloxburg developers have this developer tag, and I think this is also the same tag that Coeptus and Froggy Hops have under their name. And I think Bram P, which is a tester for Bloxburg, has a tester thing under his name. I'm not sure. Maybe it says contributor. I don't know, but all of them have their new developer tags. The owner of the Bloxburg Chronicles Twitter account, Wolfs and Gucci, uses a program called Row Searcher, which is just a normal, it's not like a hack, it's just a normal Google Chrome extension, which can be used to join really anyone that doesn't have their joins on Roblox. And they ended up joining Talarander, the new developer, and they saw this monster truck on his plot. This is the same monster truck that Coeptus has had since the beginning of the game, and I guess all the developers have access. Now, Laxerius here is a good friend of mine, and he helped me to interview some of the Bloxburg developers, which I'll showcase in just a moment. But firstly, check out one of the new developer, Utteraflan's house, which is pretty interesting if you ask me. So I'm pretty sure he described this as an upside down house, but even right side up, I don't really know how this would look. But I won't judge him, he's a new builder. But he's definitely got an interesting house on his hands here. So my good friends Abdul and Laxerius took some time to interview Utteraflan and his Bloxburg server. Firstly, they asked what most of the developers do, and he says that most of them are programmers. So that's good. That means they're going to be helping Coeptus a lot rather than Froggy Hops. But I'm sure Froggy Hops will still have some help with models and like meshes and stuff like that. He also asked if they had made the new recliner animation, and he says that he did. Laxerius then asked if Utteraflan made the recliner animation, and he says yeah. If you all didn't know, in the last Valentine's Day update, we got these new chairs. They kind of look like movie chairs, and they have a new recline feature to them. So if I click on it here, and then I click sit, then I'll sit down, but then I click recline, and it has this cool feature, and it like kicks back. It's actually a really smooth animation, especially for Bloxburg. We really don't have any animations like comparable to this. This is really good animating skill. And then if you just click straighten, it'll just go back up to upright seating position. But I guess now we know that Utteraflan was the one that made this animation. The last question that they asked in this specific tweet is if a community manager had been hired. Then they said, "Can't talk about anything potentially happening or not happening in the future. Sorry, that'd spoil any surprise." Which I guess would make sense. I'm sure Coeptus told them not to like leak stuff that's going to be happening in the future. But based on my own thoughts, I think a community manager has been hired for Bloxburg. I just think they haven't announced it yet. Because as we know, on the Coffee Stain Gothenburg website, they used to have a community manager listing right under the senior programmer, and it was recently removed. The senior programmer is still here, but community manager is gone. So I think that means that they hired someone. I don't know. We'll see in the coming. The next day, Laxerius joined Talarander and Palm's Eyes. These are 2 of the new developers, and they were seen eating a little feast out in their front yard. Laxerius immediately DM'd me and asked if I had any questions for the developers. I gave him a few, and he asked it. The first question I asked is, "Do you guys think updates will be faster?" And then Palm's Eyes says, "We are more people now, so hopefully we can step it up a bit. That's definitely good because one of the main complaints of Bloxburg is that there are not enough updates, or I guess fast enough updates. The second question I asked is if all the new developers work together, and they said yes. I kind of assumed that one was true, but I just wanted to make sure that they were like all, I guess, working together in some sort of group chat or like dev studio or whatever. I'm not sure how to put it. When Bloxburg was originally purchased, I was kind of thinking that Coeptus would be phased out of the production of Bloxburg after he teaches all of the new developers how to do their jobs. So I decided to ask if Coeptus is teaching the new developers how to work in studio, and Palm's Eyes actually said no, which I guess confirms that Coeptus is a permanent member to the team, and he's not going to be leaving anytime soon. Because how are you going to have a Roblox game if you don't really have anyone working in Roblox Studio? And then they even confirmed it further in the fourth question where I asked, does Coeptus still work on Bloxburg, and is he going to continue to? Talrender said yes. The fifth question was if testers are going to continue to work on Bloxburg like Brand P, and then Palm's Eyes said we're just programmers, so we still don't know much about the community stuff. So I guess that means that they aren't really that integrated. I thought they were all going to be like sort of on the same page. I thought they were all in like a Discord server or something talking to each other, but I guess not. They don't really know much about each other just yet. Palm's Eyes was asked if he would be joining any of the social media apps that us Bloxburg community users have, and they said for now, no, it's not for me. Maybe one day I'll do it, but we'll see. Obviously, 3 of his coworkers have already created social media accounts. I think that he's probably going to make one within another month or so, but we'll have to just wait and see. Here's Talrender's plot. It's pretty much just like a mood station. There's some pizza, a TV, a bed, and a shower, and then you can see Palm's Eyes' plot here. It's just an empty house. The latest news for the developers is that 4 developers were spotted playing together in a Bloxburg server. They danced on the Bloxburg Bridge and the nightclub. Here you can see Talrender, Quemmer50, and Jorkin. And then you can see in the nightclub, Quemmer, Shorvis, Talrender, Jorkin, they're all pretty much just dancing, having fun. I don't know if they were doing a photo shoot or what, but I can't imagine Froggy Hops or Coeptus doing something like this, like actually joining the game and just having fun in there, you know? So I definitely hope to see more of this from the developer. I think I've covered everything. I know I've posted a lot about these new developers, but I think it's really interesting. It's like the biggest thing that's happened on Bloxburg since the creation of the game, in my opinion. So I like to cover it. I'm pretty interested in all the new developer stuff, but I think this may be my like second to last or last video on the developers. So sorry for posting about them so much, but if you're interested, you can go ahead and follow my Twitter. I try to retweet and like post about all the developer news whenever it comes out, but hopefully I'll get back to my regular posting in the coming week. For more information, definitely go follow the Bloxburg Chronicles. They're the best news account out there for information like this, so you can follow them again in the description down below. You can click their link, and you can also follow Laxerius. He was very helpful for today's video. But I hope you all did enjoy today's video. If you did, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye everybody.